Sorry. Hello, dear aspirants, and welcome to Civil Star. So, guys, we're back with another session for UPSC Prelims for English section for the year 2021. So, guys, I hope all of you are safe and all of you are doing well. And guys, if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Um, Hello, Shubham. How are you? Good afternoon, buddy. Jai Hind, yaar. Ravi has requested to provide previous year 2011 2020. Okay, Ravi, it is not available on YouTube. On YouTube, we have live sessions to discuss the comprehension passages that are that were thrown at the students or at the aspirants in the previous years. But if you want the complete PDF, then you can avail our course. And I would also like to inform you about that, Ravi, right now. Hello, Ratul. Hello, Mahesh. How are you? Hello, dear. Guys, I hope all of you are safe and all of you are doing well. So, guys, before we begin, for those who have not already started preparing for CSAT course, guys, it's a great opportunity. We have a very comprehensive and a very a clear, concise, and apt course for your CSAT preparation, which includes all the previous year questions from the year 2011 to 2020, along with practice questions, along with all the solved passages, solved questions. So it's a very comprehensive course. And guys, you can also avail a discount on this course by using the code CSAT 30 or UPSC 50. Right. Mahesh, there are PDFs in the course, but I'll again check it for you, Mahesh. Good afternoon, Ankit. Hello, Kazi. How are you? Hello, Tanu. Mahesh, are you talking about the CSAT course? But there are no PDFs. Because I remember in my course, I have specifically provided all the PPTs and PDFs in there. All right, Ratul Devnati says, I'm BA Honors in English. Will it be advantage for me in CSAT? Absolutely, Ratul. It will help you in the comprehension part, but CSAT also includes quantitative aptitude and reasoning ability. So it's not just only English that you have to work for. You also have to work for quantitative aptitude and reasoning ability, but you will get a better approach and better outlook towards your comprehension skills. Hello, Stanzin. How are you? Bonjour to you. महेश अरे यार महेश कोर्स मैंने बनाया है यार क्या बात कर रहे हो कि मिस इन्फॉर्म्ड मैंने कोर्स बनाया है so don't worry I'll again check it after this session and if they're not there I'll get it done for you today itself Mahesh ठीक है that's a promise तो यार इतना मतलब वो मत हुआ करो यार गुस्सा हाइपर मत हुआ करो I know you guys are young but being a civil servant the first thing that you need to learn is patience. Have patience in life and I don't mean by patience that you should always sulk, but patience means to understand what the next person is trying to convey and just try to get into his or her shoes to actually understand the situation, right? So Mahesh, I promise I'll get it done, Mahesh, don't worry. Mahesh, thank you. So let's begin, guys. So this was the comprehension passage for the homework I gave you in the last session. Experience turns in the gray beard. This tells you that with age you will learn. I think of myself to be a decent human being, and once you are a good human being, so gentleness, calmness, all these virtues they come to you. So that is the secret. Chalo guys, see UPSC की बात करते हैं, है ना? तो चलो guys, so this was the passage. Let's see how many of you answered it correctly, right? So the question was the keynote that seems to be emerging from this passage is that. So the passage was something like this: the man who is perpetually, that means constantly hesitating which of the two things he will do first, will do neither. That when a person is confused, he will do neither. So the man who resolves but suffers his resolution to be changed. So now he's talking about another type of human being, the person who makes a resolve but suffers his resolution to be changed by the first counter suggestion of a friend who fluctuates from opinion to opinion. So this is what they want to say. So there are human beings who are confused. Then there are people who make a resolve, but then they change their opinion after hearing a counter suggestion. From who fluctuate from opinion to opinion and veers from plan to plan can never accomplish anything. He will at best be stationary and probably retrograde in all. So it is only the man who first consults wisely, then resolves firmly, and then executes his purpose with inflexible perseverance, undismayed by those petty difficulties which daunt a weaker spirit that can advance to eminence in any line. So, guys, this was a very interesting passage, because this actually implies in everyone's life, but specifically for civil servants, because there will be scenarios in your workplace where you'll have to take a decision where you may hesitate, you may feel that you're bound by red tapeism. There would be other situations that you might have to face, but then the best way out is first consult wisely, then make a resolve firmly, and then execute without fluctuating from your path. So this is the underlying meaning of this passage, right? So guys, what is the keynote from the passage? So guys, what should be the correct option here? Now, quickly support me with your answers. We should first consult wisely and then resolve firmly. We should reject suggestions of friends and remain unchanged. We should always remain broad-minded, or we should be resolute and achievement-oriented. Rafun, Vivek, how are you, dear? All right. Sanjin, A was your answer, right? Shruti, very good. Kazi, Ankit, well done, guys. And guys, for those who have not liked the session, please like and share it in any of the groups that you usually work with, because this may benefit someone here. These are free lectures, so people who cannot afford our courses or any courses that are out there, these sessions may be helpful to someone. So please share it and like it if you can, guys. Very good, Shubham. Very good, Ankit. Shruti, very well done, guys. So we should first consult wisely and then resolve firmly. Very good, Vivek. Well done, guys. So that was the homework passage, and many of you gave the correct answer, and I was really proud last time. So guys, let's start with the session today. So this is the first passage which was thrown at the aspirants in the year 2013, right? I think 12 or 13, I'm not sure, but this was a previous year passage. So let's go for it, guys. Right? So take out your pen and keep a record, keep a track of your answers, and I'll ask you in the end that how many did you get right and how many did you get wrong. Okay? So let's go, guys. Which among the following is the most crucial message conveyed by the above passage? Right. So this is the first passage. So let's read it, guys. During the summer in the Arctic Ocean, sea ice has been melting earlier and faster. So during summer, sea ice has been melting earlier and faster, and the winter freeze has been coming later. I think they're talking about climate change here, guys, right? All right. So they're talking about climate change here, right? So in the last 3 decades, the extent of summer ice has declined by about 30%. So in the last 3 decades, that means in the past 30 years, the extent of summer ice has declined by about 30%. The lengthening period of summer melt threatens to undermine the whole Arctic food web, atop which stand polar bears. All right. So they want to convey the changing climate has hazardous effects on the ice cover of the world. I mean, the summer has been quite long. The ice has been melting earlier, faster. The winter has been coming later, and the sea cover has declined by 30%. So this lengthening period of summer melt threatens to undermine the whole Arctic food web, atop which stand the polar bears. So guys, yes, what should be the correct option here? Climate change has caused Arctic summer to be short, but temperature to be very high. Is this the message conveyed? Please remember, guys, you have to understand the question very carefully. Polar bears can be shifted to the South Pole to ensure their survival. All right. Without the presence of polar bears, the food chains in Arctic region will disappear, or climate change poses a threat to the survival of polar bears. Ankit says D. All right. Shubham says A. Shubham, ये message convey कर रहा है ये passage. ध्यान से पढ़ो एक बार. Shruti says D. Very good. Stanjan says D. Kazi D. So Vivek says C and D are definitely wrong. Okay. Alpana says D. Mahesh says D. Thakur Saab says D. Welcome, Thakur Saab. So guys who are here for the first time, I welcome you all to the session, and I hope this session turns out to be fruitful for you, and we learn something here today. All right. So guys, climate change has caused Arctic summer to be short. This is contradictory. This is something we can eliminate from the get-go, right? Second is polar bears can be shifted to the South Pole to ensure their survival. Now, this is not the message conveyed by the passage. There was no talk of South Pole or North Pole here. So they were talking about the implications of climate change on the sea cover of the continent of the Arctic Ocean, and its impacts on the whole Arctic food web, atop which stand polar bears, right? So the choice was about between C and D. Without the presence of polar bears, the food chain in Arctic region will disappear, or climate change poses a threat to the survival of polar bears. Now, without the presence of polar bears, this was not just about absence of polar bears and its effect on food chains. That would be the consequence. But what they're talking about here is the climate change, the threat it poses to the survival of polar bears. So the correct option here was option number D. Radha, no, I'm sorry, dear, it was not C, it was D. Right. So very well done, Pratiksha. Very good, Shubham. Very good, Thakur, Mahesh, Alpna, Vivek. Clear hua. Kazi, very well done. Stanzin, very good. Shruti, very well done. Ankit. And keep it up, guys. So correct option was option number D. All right, guys. Moving to passage number 2. So let's make it a receptive session, and guys, everybody has to answer, right? Make sure. So which among the following is the most crucial message conveyed? Again, you have to find what message has been conveyed, guys. The message is basically the underlying meaning of the passage, or the the moral of the story, right? Remember, so when we used to read stories when we were kids, what used to be the moral of the story? Remember, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. So there was a moral behind it, that you should not be greedy, right? So that is what you have to understand, that what does the passage want to convey, right? So let's read passage number 2, guys. All right, Vivek. So ये वाला ठीक करना विवेक फिर आपने, ठीक है? All right, guys, let's start. Why do people prefer open defecation and not want toilets, or if they have them, only use them sometimes? So guys, the problem of open defecation, which India has specifically faced for the past so many decades. So this is what it is about. So why do people prefer open defecation? I mean, going to latrines in open on the railway tracks, or maybe in the bushes. So that's what they're talking about. So why do they prefer open defecation or not want toilets? Or if they have toilets, why not use them? Recent research has shown two critical elements. First, ideas of purity and pollution, and not wanting pits or septic tanks to fill because they have to be emptied. So there are two critical elements why people want to why the people some people prefer open defecation. So ideas of purity and pollution, and not wanting pits or septic tanks to fill because they have to be emptied. These are the issues that nobody wants to talk about. But if we want to eradicate the practice of open defecation, they have to be confronted and dealt properly. Guys, open defecation, guys, if you visit your villages, kabhi gaon jaate ho, so we still see people, defecating in open, which is very, very, bad for health, not just for the human beings, but for animals and the soil. So guys, if you understand, with open defecation, whatever germs or bacteria or viruses that grow, they are also assimilated into the soil as well as the water that people of the village drink from the wells. Plus, kids running around and all the insects. So open defecation is all in all very bad practice. And how I don't know how it came into our country. Guys, what should be the correct option here? The ideas of purity and pollutions are so deep rooted that they cannot be removed from the minds of the people. Guys, I have always told you to look out for extreme options. So option number A can be eliminated. Second, people have to perceive toilet use and pit emptying as clean and not polluting. All right, people cannot change their old habits. See, again, extreme option. People have neither civic sense nor sense of privacy. Is this the message conveyed? I don't think so, guys. Absolutely, very good, Vivek. Elimination method is the best way to find out your answers in these passages. Correct option was option number B. Very good, Ratul, Pratiksha, Shubham, Kazi, Mahesh. Very good, Vivek. Very good, Kazi, Pragya, Alpna, Shruti, Ankit, Stanzin. Very well done. Good job. Good job, Thakur. Good job, yaar. Maza aa gaya. All of you answered it correctly. Very well done, guys. So critical analysis और इसको समझना बहुत important होता है. Very good, Prabhat. Very well done. चलो guys, moving on to next passage. Which of the following is the most crucial inference from the above passage? So guys, you know what inference is? A logical fact or data that is provided in the passage. That is called an inference. So let's read the passage, guys. In the last 2 decades, the world's GDP, world's gross domestic product, has increased 50%. So guys, in the last 2 decades, the world's GDP has increased 50%, whereas inclusive wealth has increased by a mere 6%. Inclusive wealth, understand that everyone, even rich and poor, are able to increase their wealth. So GDP has increased by 50%, but inclusive wealth has increased by mere 6%. Now, in recent decades, GDP-driven economic performance has only harmed inclusive wealth, like human capital and natural capital, like forests, land, and water. So they're talking about that in the recent decades, the GDP-driven performance has only harmed inclusive wealth, like human capital, and natural capital, like forest, land, and water. While the world's human capital, which stands at 57% of total inclusive wealth, grew by only 8%, the natural, which is 23% of the total inclusive wealth, declined by 30% worldwide in the last 2 decades. So guys, you understand the message conveyed here, that we have been only growing in the terms of monetary value, in the terms of money, but we have not been able to focus on inclusive wealth, right? Which includes human capital as well as natural capital, which have been plummeting in the past couple of decades. That is what they want to convey. So let's read out the options and let's see what could be the correct answer here. So options are: more emphasis should be laid on the development of natural capital. Okay. The growth driven by GDP only is neither desirable nor sustainable. Very well done. The economic performance of the countries of the world is not satisfactory. That is contradictory. He is saying the economic performance is satisfactory. This is contradictory. The world needs more human capital under the present circumstances. What do you say, guys? Vivek, we don't need more human capital. Basically, we need inclusive, sustainable growth. That is what they're talking about. वो कहना क्या चाह रहा है? कि growth सिर्फ GDP driven, मतलब monetary driven नहीं होनी चाहिए. It should also be, it should also focus on inclusive wealth, like human capital as well as natural capital. So human capital is 57%, right? Natural is 23%. That makes it 80%, and the rest 20 is other capital, other factors. So हर्ष, just be patient. हर्ष प्लीज यार रुक जाओ थोड़ा, सभी को करना है ना. करेक्ट ऑप्शन क्या होना चाहिए? मोर एम्फेसिस शुड बी लेड ऑन द डेवलपमेंट फॉर ओनली नेचुरल कैपिटल, or the growth driven by GDP only is neither desirable nor sustainable. This is what he wants to convey. The whole passage conveys that the GDP driven growth has implications on human capital as well as natural capital on the world. So the growth is not sustainable for the future, and neither it is desirable. Correct. So the correct option here was option number B. Very well done, guys. Very good, Harshdeep. Chalo guys, next question chalte hain. Chalo. So quickly guys, let's read the passage and let's try to answer the question. The question is, which of the following is the most rational inference? Again, guys, you have to find a logical fact from the passage. सर ओनली वाले नहीं, मैंने हर्षदीप ये कभी नहीं कहा कि ओनली वाले ऑप्शन देखो, इसमें ओनली सिर्फ ये था, देखो ओनली यहाँ पे भी दिया हुआ है पैसेज में, देखो. So GDP driven economic performance has only harmed inclusive wealth. So same, he's saying that the growth driven GDP only. So only here is for growth driven GDP. That growth driven GDP only is neither desirable nor sustainable. Right? So only basically means here he's talking about only monetary growth. That's what he was talking about. Yes, Ankit, it is a factual info that is given in the passage, that is conveyed in the passage, but you may not find it exactly in the terms of the options. So you may have to look at it in another way. You have to understand what the author wants to convey. All right, guys. So let's go for passage number 4. By 2020, when the global economy is expected to run short of 56 million young people, India, with its youth surplus of 47 million, could fill the gap. So guys, that's the truth. India, guys, do you know India is the youngest country at the moment? I mean, the most number of people who are between the age of 15 to 35. The most number of youth are in India today. And that is why we are calling it human capital. So India is the youngest country in terms of numbers. So there will be a shortage of 56 million people by 2020, that was expected, and India has a surplus of 47 million people that could 47 million youth that could fill the gap. So it is in this context that labor reforms are often cited as the way to unlock double-digit growth in India. So it is in this context the labor reforms are often cited as the way to unlock double-digit growth in India. In 2014, India's labor force was estimated to be about 40% of the population. But 93% of this force was in unorganized sector. That is the truth, guys. So most of the population that is in the labor force, that is in unorganized sector. Over the last decade, the compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of employment has slowed to 0.5%. with about 14 million jobs created during last year, when the labor force increased by about 15 million. So every year, guys, roughly around 15 million workforce is added to the country, but there are not enough jobs. So there should be more labor reforms in this context, so that they can tap the potential of the youth of the country. That is the message it wants, the passage wants to convey. So let's look at the options now, guys. India must control its population growth so as to reduce its unemployment rate. No, I don't think so. Labor reforms are required in India to make optimum use of its vast labor force productively. Very good, very good. India is poised to achieve the double-digit growth very soon. No, that's not possible. India is capable of supplying skilled young people to oil countries. I think, guys, we can find our answers very easily. Absolutely, Vivek. So that is what we call critical analysis. Very well done. So this is the hint that we have to look for. So the population growth was not spoken of. India is poised to achieve. No, that is not true. Now, oil countries was not spoken of anywhere in the passage. And now we can be sure that, yes, they're talking about the optimum use of its labor force. So there has to be labor reforms, as mentioned. So yes, whenever you read your passage, as you can see, always keep on underlining the key elements of every sentence, and that is how you will be it will be very helpful for you to crack these passages. So very well done, Harsh. Very good, Stanzan, Alpna, Ankit, Thakur. Very good, Kazi, Pragya. Very well done. Very good, Vivek, Ratul, Kunal. Very good, Pratiksha, Mitesh, Shubham, Mahesh. Very good, guys. Kudos to all of you. I mean, today Today's session is amazing. And everybody is answering right on. Satyamev Jayate, yes, very well done. All right, guys. So this is the last passage for today, and then I'll also give you a homework passage. Okay, but let's solve this one first. The main idea. So main idea is the central theme or the message conveyed by the passage. So it's the same thing, guys. So let's read the passage. The very first lesson that should be taught to us when it should be when we are old enough. We is missing it. The very first lesson that should be taught to us when we are old enough to understand it is that complete freedom from the obligation to work is unnatural. People who believe that working is they don't have to work, or they should be free from work. So that obligation is unnatural and ought to be illegal, that you have to work. So whenever guys make sure when when kids grow around you, or your younger ones, when you see them, when they are ready to understand, always tell them that working is a natural phenomenon of life. That's why we are on the top of the this ecosystem, of this food chain, of this of the species. So because we need to work, so we have a purpose on this on this planet. So complete freedom from the obligation to work is unnatural and ought to be legal, as we can escape our share of the burden of work only by throwing it on someone else's shoulders. That's true. If we do not work, someone else has to do that part. So that should be taught to everyone when they are old enough to understand it. Right. Nature ordains that human race shall perish of famine if it stops working. Yes. We cannot escape from this tyranny. The question we have to settle is how much leisure we can afford to allow ourselves. So basically, he's trying to say that a person cannot escape work. He cannot always, have leisure. But the question is, we have to understand how much leisure we can afford to allow ourselves. That does not mean that you always have to work, or it does not mean you always have to, acquire pleasure. Right. So the main idea of the passage is, it is essential for human beings to work. There should be a balance between work and leisure. Working is a tyranny which we have to face, or which we are to face, and humans' understanding of the nature of work is essential. Yes, guys, what do you say? All right. Very good, Ratul. Pratiksha, we're talking about fifth. Very good, Stanzin. Harsh says B, Ankit B, very good, Satyamev. Ranjul, very good, Arpana. Kazi, Thakur, Kunal, Pragya, very well done, guys. Absolutely. A and C cannot be the main idea. It is essential for human beings to work. No. The question is, there was a rhetorical question in the last sentence, guys. So you also have to understand that how to eliminate, how to get to the main idea. So it's not that they should everybody has to work. That is true, but there should be a balance at the same point of time. Now, B and D were actually confusing. Humans' understanding of the nature of work is essential. That was moreover spoken of in the passage, but there was another aspect which was given in the last sentence, that there should be a balance between work and leisure. So the correct option here was option number B. Very well done, guys. Very good, Pratiksha. Very good, Kunal. Very good, Manoranjan Jha. Very good, Gautam. So guys, now quickly give me your score out of these 5 passages. I mean, out of these 5 questions, how many did you get correct and how many did you get wrong? Absolutely. That was a defining line. Very good, Ratul. The question we have to settle is that how much leisure we can afford to allow ourselves. Pratiksha, 5 out of 5. Very well done, Pratiksha. Mahesh, 4 out of 5. Very good. Ratul, 4. Ankit, 4 out of 5. Kazi, 5 out of 5. Gautam, 2. Not bad. We can improve, Gautam, right? But it's the first day, so we can work our way through it. Sanjin, very good, 5 out of 5. That's more like it, Sanjin. Good job. Very good, Vivek. 4 out of 5. Very good, Apna. Very good, Thakur. 3 out of 3, Mitesh. Very well done. 3 out of 4, Shubham. Not bad. 5 out of 3, Pragya के लिए clapping हो जाए यार. Pragya has scored 5 out of 3, not 3 out of 5. I know it was a mistake, Pragya, but I understood. मजाक कर. Just kidding. Very well done, Kunal. Very good, Satyam. I think late आए थे आप लोग ना. But यार बहुत अच्छा perform करने लगे हो guys. I think these sessions are turning out to be useful. That's how we want to. Uh, that's how we want to perform, and we need to be very very sure of our comprehension skills. Very well done, guys. Kudos to all of you. Now guys, this is the homework passage. Now you don't have to answer the passage right now. You will get the PDF of this passage in the Telegram group, right? If you have not already joined the Telegram group, the link is given in the description of the video. Please join and you will find all the PDFs given in that group. And guys, before we leave, before I take your leave, I will also again inform you about the CSAT course that we have launched, which has all the 3 verticals of your CSAT paper, and we have thoroughly and comprehensively covered all the previous year papers, practice questions, as well as concept videos. We have provided that too in these sessions, so it would be really helpful for your preparation strategy. So guys, how was the session? Please बताइए यार, अपना feedback जरूर दीजिए यार. आपका feedback बहुत important है हमारे लिए. Guys, feedback सिर्फ negative या positive नहीं होता. It is also a learning curve for us, that what we can improve. And guys, unless we know how to improve, we will be stagnant, right? So please अपने feedback जरूर दीजिए. एक feedback जो मुझे मिलता रहता है कि सर sessions का timing थोड़ा लंबा कर दीजिए. So we are working on that. But guys, we have some bandwidth to follow. So उस वजह से थोड़ा सा half an hour का scene रहता है. But I'll try to increase on that. Any other feedback guys you wish to convey to us? और महेश, यार अभी आप मुझे ना इस नंबर पे एक बार कॉल कर दीजिए. महेश, if you are listening to me, 8146207241. Call us regarding your query that you could not find PDFs there. So I'll help you out with that. Just tell them to connect. You will be connected with the backend person. So tell them to connect your call with me and tell them that I've told you to do so, right? And guys, if you have any other queries, please drop us an email on this address, hello@civilstaff.com, or you can also call us on this number. And that is our website, guys, www.civilstaff.com. Vivek, thank you so much, yeah. Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you, Mitesh. Thank you, buddy. Guys, you are the future of India. I always tell it to you. So be the best in your field, be the best in your life, be the best of your personality. All right. Thank you, Pratiksha. Thank you so much, Ankit. Yes, Stanjan, please mention, could you mention the date of the session and the passage? And I will try to work on that, Stanjan. Right. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you, Arpana. Thank you, Thakur Saab. Take care, Satyamev Jayate, IAS. Thank you, Mahesh. I have read your comprehensive on it. Arey, Sajid, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, Arpana. All right, I feel I'm attending a siren soothing session. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kazi, for the kind words. So guys, please do attempt the homework passage. Don't miss that out. And I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. And I'll bring some more previous year passages to you. And I'll try to increase the difficulty level tomorrow. So make sure you do not miss the session tomorrow. Subscribe to our channel. Turn on the bell icon so that you can join in and you do not miss any notifications whatsoever. Guys, having said that, I would like to take your leave. Please stay safe, guys. Please stay healthy and keep on working hard. Your future lies ahead of you. So your vision should be very clear. Your strategy should be apt, and I wish you all a lot, success in life and a lot of joy, a lot of happiness in your life. So be the best at whatever you do in your life. That is my फंडा. चलो आज का आपको फंडा देता हूँ इस जाने से पहले, अगर आप यहीं पे हो तो अभी ठीक है. मैं एक ना इंटरव्यू की बात करता हूँ. तो एक बड़ी अच्छी एक इंटरव्यू जो मैंने सुनी थी ना, इसमें आई थिंक शाहरुख खान का इंटरव्यू था. आई एम नॉट अ फैन, ठीक है। लेकिन एक बहुत पुराने एक इंटरव्यू ऐसे ना टीवी पे आ रहा था, तो मैं ऐसे यूट्यूब पे आ रहा था, मैं देख रहा था, तो उसमें किसी इंटरव्यूअर ने ना शाहरुख खान से पूछा कि सर व्हाई हैव यू नेवर थॉट ऑफ गोइंग टू हॉलीवुड। मतलब सब चले गए, अमिताभ बच्चन जी, ऐश्वर्या जी, और आई डोंट नो अनिल कपूर, मतलब मोस्ट ऑफ द ग्रेट एक्टर्स हैव somehow or somewhere acted in Hollywood movies. So why have you never done that? So तो उनका आंसर पता है क्या था शाहरुख खान का, which I really liked. This one part that I liked, he said that I would love to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. So basically, what he wanted to say, if I'm best at what I do, then I would be a ruler in hell, and I would be happy to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. So that is how your commitment should be towards your life, right? So be the best of yourself in whatever you do. And I don't know how you may relate it to yourself. I'm not talking about Hollywood or Bollywood, but it's the aspect of ideology. यार मैं क्यों नहीं करना चाहता, या मैं क्यों करना चाहता हूँ जो चीज मैं कर रहा हूँ. If I want to be if I want to be a civil servant, I want to be the best at it. That should be your aim in life, and nothing else matters beyond that, right? So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And take care. Bye bye, and have a good one.